What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Fable Joey, and I am back with another Mission Impossible review. Today, here to review Mission Impossible's fourth installment, Ghost Protocol. I absolutely love this film, and I cannot wait to review it for you guys. So, this is the fourth out of 6 reviews that I'm going to give you for Mission Impossible. I think my 5th review will probably come out on Thursday. So, yeah, let's get right into Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. So guys, Ethan Hunt is back on the job for another awesome mission movie, probably one of the best. A lot of people have this as their very top, and I know that. So a lot of people really enjoy this movie, and I am one of those people. So let's go through everything in this movie. Let's go through the pros, let's go through the cons. We're going to start with the cons first, everything that I don't like about the film. So let's get right into it. I had to just bring up a quick point with Ghost Protocol, is that people don't die in this movie. In the very opening scene, there is an agent who is shot about 7 or 8 times in the chest and is still left alive enough to say goodbye to his loved one. Let's rethink that for a second. 7 or 8 bullets to the chest. Still alive for like at least another minute. I don't know. That was just a little funky to me. I saw that and I was like, that girl just shot him 8 times and he's still alive? Like, even a little bit? I mean, I've never been shot 8 times. I don't know how it works, but it just seemed a little weird to me. And it happens again. Towards the end of the movie with the main villain, he tries to kill himself. So they're at the very top of this dope parking garage, and then he totally just suicides down, hits the ground as hard as possible, from at least, like, I don't know, probably like 20 floors up, maybe 15 or something. And when Ethan gets down there, he's still got his eyes open. I was like, how did you not die from impact? The cars in Mission Impossible 2, every time one of them got hit, they exploded. And this guy is still alive after like a 15-story fall. I don't know how that works, but there were those 2 deaths, and I was just like, okay, they should definitely be dead by now. So, the villain in this one is pretty weak, I hate to say. He's probably the worst villain. Well, I don't know. The first 2 villains were pretty weak as well, but this bad guy in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is kind of just bad for the sake of being bad. He doesn't really have a big reason, and even if the reason is brought up, it's quickly glossed over. So, yeah, the villain is not the best. He's not very intimidating. He's alright, I guess. He's like a mediocre movie villain. And something that was not resolved, I guess it's kind of the third one's fault for not absolutely... Well, no, it left it fine with Ethan and his wife. And in the fourth one, in Ghost Protocol, we are just thinking that Julia is now dead. But we have no idea why. And when it finally comes to talk about where Julia is right now, if she's dead, if she's not dead, it is very quickly glossed over. And I mean, I didn't expect an exposition scene of like 20 or something minutes explaining what happened to Julia and Ethan, but it was really fast. I think it was about 30, maybe less than that seconds where it was just like, oh, that's what really happened. And he's like, wait, really? And I was just like, they could have done better. And as for that, there's a couple more flaws, like some of the CGI looked a little unpolished in points, where 3 actually, the CGI, it really held up, but 4's, when they bombed the Kremlin, I kind of noticed something there, but it's not really a big complaint. And that's it, as complaints go. I absolutely love this movie, so I can't wait to talk about the good things. So let's get right into it. The opening jail sequence is one of my favorite scenes in the Mission Impossible franchise. It is so entertaining, so funny. Benji is back for the first time in this movie, and Benji is my favorite Mission Impossible character. He's absolutely amazing throughout this whole film, but he is hilarious in this first opening scene. The whole opening scene with them in the prison trying to get Ethan out was fantastic. It's one of my favorites. The action in that scene is absolutely amazingly choreographed. In fact, the whole movie has some awesome action, and the scenes are really well done, as with action choreography. And this movie's really funny. There are points that are absolutely hilarious. Brad Bird directed this film, and I think he had something to do with the writing as well, but the writing in this is very genius. It's very smart, and the characters play off each other well, and it's really awesome. And, like, again, this movie just shows that Benji is the best. Everything is better with Benji, honestly. And it's also got one of my favorite soundtracks out of the Mission series. I feel like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol's soundtrack is definitely one of the highlights, because you need an awesome soundtrack to accompany all the cool things that are happening in this movie, and there are some really great tunes throughout this soundtrack. The main thing of this movie that I think a lot of people will remember, if they don't really remember, they're like, hey, which mission is that? It's like, oh, it's the one where he climbs the building. They put it on the front of the DVD cover. That scene is absolutely amazing. It is many people that I've talked to, it's their favorite scene in the franchise. It's one of mine. It is just so much fun to see Ethan climb up a building with barely, he's got the sticky gloves, and that's it. They're just like, here, you need to go climb. Like, I thought it was like maybe 15, 12 stories. It is so entertaining, and just Tom Cruise is such a phenomenal actor. And I'm pretty sure that they just had like a wire on him, but the scene is so fantastic because you know that he actually did it. You know, like, they could have easily just like had a shot where you're only seeing his back so you're not seeing the face, or they could have easily CGI'd the whole thing. But Tom Cruise is an actor who will go to lengths to get awesome scenes in his films, and this movie really, really shows it. So, some more things that I like about this movie. I think that the coolest thing about this film is that it's a mission film where nothing exactly works out as it is planned. Everything is kind of breaking on them towards where they really need the things the most. I mean, they obviously are rogue here. They basically, the movie's called Ghost Protocol, so they're kind of quiet, and they have to, like, not make any big reoccursions to that they're there, you know, like, they have to be very in secret that they're fulfilling this mission and stuff, and I really like that aspect. Everything is breaking in the parts where they need it most. Like, when he's climbing up the building, one of his gloves stops working. Like, that's insane. His glove stops working, the thing that he uses to cut through the window's not working. When Benji's trying to make the masks don't work. The villains come to the wrong room. Everything is going wrong, and it's so cool to see how they pull it together after everything is going wrong in a mission film. I thought that was really cool, because it's something that we don't see all the time. And yeah, this movie does feel like a mission film, which is awesome. Because to me, the first two Mission Impossibles, they don't really feel like a mission film to me. But this one really does, and it's coming back to it. So if you missed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol at any time, I am going to ask you to go back, because it definitely is one of the best installments. It's an awesome action film with a couple of flaws, like I said. The villain's pretty bad, and there's other things too, and there's a lot of nitpicks, but this film is very, very well made. There's awesome action sequences, the music is phenomenal, there are some of the best scenes in the whole franchise, and the last 30 minutes are it's probably my favorite ending to a mission film as well. It is absolutely awesome, the writing is spectacular, it is very, very funny. Benji is awesome here, Ethan is awesome here. I absolutely love Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, so let's get to the verdict. I gave Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol a 9.2 out of 10. My cousin gave it a 9.1 out of 10. Together our scores added up to an 18.3, which puts both of us at a 92%, which is the exact same score that Mission Impossible 3 had. So for both of us, with both of our scores added up, those two movies are exactly tied. So, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, have you seen it? Do you like this movie? I really, really enjoyed this film. I cannot wait to review Rogue Nation. There we go, guys. 4 down, 2 to go. I will see you next time.